Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Castlevania Circle of the Moon. Again, I am so sorry that I haven't been around much. As I said last episode, I got a new job, I've been working my ass off, Been building quite a bit of muscle though, that's always a good thing. Anyway, this episode, think about getting quite a bit done. See, we're almost about ready to fight the second boss, which may take me a while to kill due to the fact my strength isn't as high as it should be. And then I think I'm going to go through and with the new magic item, because as I said, every boss would give you a new ability. All Mega Man style and stuff. I think with the new ability I'm going to go ahead and just collect all the items I can with the new ability, and then I'll get to the third part of the castle, and I think that's where I'm going to end things off. So, first thing first, let's meet the boss. Extraordinary. To be dropped into the abyss and still live. But your luck is about to run out. Get out of my way! Child, before I finish you, I will tell you some news. Your precious master is already in our power. What? That old man will feed us with his soul. The rite has been prepared and we only await the full moon. No! Anyway, this is, as you saw in its name, the Necromancer. Very unique boss for being the second boss. He has a very annoying pattern. He flies around, and then he throws those like little rings, and then he'll start summoning monsters. Pretty much, they give you no EXP, and I kind of half wish that they followed the same thing they did. Lord of Shadow did, where the Necromancers, whenever they summon enemies, lose their health in the process. But, so much for that. His first form, I think, has like 250 hit points. Well, I've already said his second form. But then that would be a spoiler. Yeah, this guy has two forms. His second form has a lot more, but we'll get to that when we get there. Kind of unusual for Castlevania boss to have a second form so early on, and I'm doing so bad right now. My practice run, I actually did it without having to grab a potion. There he goes. First form gone. And here's his second form. He has two attacks in this form. His whole energy ball of doom and destruction. And I'm doing bad. Let's play Curse! And then he'll summon skeletons. That's it. His only two forms. He will go through the walls if you're not careful. Other than that, this form has 500 hit points. So it could be worse. Let's get some minor store back on me. Use some hearts. Now see, this guy used to give me so much trouble when I first played this game, but he's now a lot more simple. In the other game modes, he's actually pretty easy, since, you do twice as much damage at this point in the game. Oh! I thought he was going to hit me with that again. Here we go. Oh, fuck! Okay, I made it. Good. Alright. Seriously? There we go, and we get one level up. That's it. Oh, because I was going to get 2 level ups there. Almost got 2 level ups there. And I know Master's still alive. Hold on, I'll be there. Though, where is Hugh? All right. And here we get Tackle. Woot. Anyway, so as you're running, you hit the R button, and then you tackle. You break those little gray blocks with this attack. You know, fun stuff. And as I said at the start of the episode, I'm going to now, again, backtrack through this whole game to recover, you know, those little areas that, you know, these little blocks, and get the items behind there. So I'm going to start cutting to where I start finding them. You know, I know this is kind of annoying, like almost every other episode I'm going to be doing this, but see, you know, I'm trying to get all 100% completion for this game. At the same time, those items also help me stay alive. So anyway, I'll see you guys when I get to the items. Be right back. Alright, we're right here, about halfway through the Catacombs, right down there. And there's a breakable block here. We're introduced to a new armor enemy, stone armor. You kind of tell I'm not a big fan of him. But, since he's an elemental monster, more than likely, if killed, he'll drop ourselves a new card. The Cockatrice card is said to have the ability to turn things to stone. Has the power of stone. Alright, so the combinations I can do right now with Cockatrice is the Stone Whip. Now the Stone Whip is very similar to the Ice Whip, since, you know, when you kill enemies, instead of turning ice, they turn to stone. Anyway, let's grab this Magic Plus up. And I think Venus and Cockatrice, I think if you walk, you get EXP. Or run if you get EXP, or walk, you get EXP. Yep, you walk, you get EXP. You know, if you have like 5 minutes to waste or something, not 5 minutes, but like, if you find a way to like get your Game Boy to stay on without, you know, wasting battery or something. Anyway, let's get the hard ring, which I think the hard ring needs a ton more defense. Yeah, a lot more defense. We're going to be good now for health for a few levels. Anyway, I'll see you guys when I get back and find another block to destroy with my face. Yeah. Alright, not really important where there's an item over here, but in this little walkway right here, you kind of tell there's a path to this walkway. At the end of this walkway, once you get all the way through it, it's like, that's great. Jump through them. You're back in the area where we started this episode out at. So, you know, there was 2 ways you could have escaped from this area after you killed the boss. Anyway, back onto item collecting. Because I'm sure there's at least one more item I can get right now. Alright, all the way up here to, you know, kind of like halfway through this, the main area. There's another one of these blocks. We are met with heat shades, which we'll get to see more of them later on in the next area, but we have a hit point max increase. Anyway, stylish suit. Is that a stronger armor? Actually, it's pretty good. I'm equipping it. Anyway, there might be one more left. I'm going to just double check, make sure. Then I'll go on to the next area. I'm going to have this whole castle memorized before no time. Alright guys, I was incorrect in my thinking. I couldn't find another item that, you know, I can get with this. So let's go ahead and continue on. We're not quite in the third section, but we will be once we get through this little tunnel way. And I jump into some enemies. Create some new ghost enemies. That like to spawn on you. But don't they all? Anyway, I think I'm going to be needing the ice whip here in a second. Ooh, luck ring. Sound like we need that right now. Anyway, all the way over here. Yep. Can't go all up yet, and I don't think we can go right. Nope. Alright. We need 2 abilities over here. Probably for another backtracking segment. Anyway. Zombie thief, is that what I'm going to turn into eventually? Oh, third level up this episode. Alright. And up here we got the machine tower, the third segment. Awesome music. And some annoying enemies. And I think save point's somewhere close by. Once I find the save point, I'm going to end things off there. I think save point's right here. Yep. I'll see you guys next time. If you liked the episode, please like and subscribe. And I'm going to try and get another episode out here pretty fast. You know, get back to a regular schedule, I guess. Anyway, I'll see you guys then.